Functions of the WeWALK Smart Cane 2 buttons.
To start off, I will be explaining all of the features that are present on the WeWALK Smart Cane 2. At the very top, we have the speakers where all of the sounds of the cane are outputted from. The next I will be explaining is the front side of the cane. The front side of the cane is where we have those 4 buttons. This is the side that should always be facing forwards when you're navigating with your cane because this is where we have the obstacle detection sensor. On the front of the cane, the first thing we have is the microphone. The WeWALK Smart Cane 2 comes integrated with ChatGPT and has a voice assistant that you can use, and this is where you'll be able to activate the voice assistant and use the voice assistant as well. The next thing we have is the 4 buttons that are used in the voice assistant and the voice menu modes. The first button we have is the square button, which is a power on and off button. To turn the cane on, you will press and hold this first square button, and the cane will turn on. The second button we have is the upward facing arrow button, which is the next button. Third, we have the circular button, which is the select button. And lastly, we have the downward facing arrow button, which is the back button. After that, we have the obstacle detection sensor. So this is where the cane will be detecting all above neck and head level obstacles from. There are a few settings that you have for the obstacle detection sensor, and we have a button for that. Below the obstacle detection sensor, we have the flashlight. To turn the flashlight on and off, we will be using the second upward facing arrow button. When you press and hold this button, the flashlight will turn on.
Flashlight on.
And to turn the flashlight off, you can press and hold this button again.
Flashlight off.
Now I will be moving to the right side of the cane, which is the flatter surface of the cane. At the very top on this right side, we have the wrist strap connector slot. So this is where your wrist strap is connected, and you can use this wrist strap to keep the pieces of your cane together. After that, we have the USB-C charging port. This is where you'll be able to charge your cane from. The cane takes about 3 to 4 hours to fully charge, and it should give you around 5 to 7 hours of battery life depending on your usage. Next, we have the obstacle detection button. So this is where you'll be able to change the settings of the obstacle detection sensor. You can scroll between short, mid, and far, which are the radius settings for the obstacle detection sensor. You can also turn the sensor off, and you can also turn the sound on and off. To demonstrate, if I press the button once, it will say short.
Short.
If I press it a second time, it will say mid.
Mid.
And if I press it a third time, it will say
Far.
far. And if you press it a fourth time, the obstacle detection will turn off.
Obstacle detection is off.
So scrolling through these options, you can either set it to short, mid, or far. For indoor environments, we recommend the short and the mid option. And for outdoor environments, we recommend the far option. The fourth time you press the button, it will turn the obstacle detection sensor off, which means the cane will no longer be detecting any obstacles that come in your way. The last thing you can do with this button is turn the obstacle detection sound on and off. What this means is when you turn the sound off, the cane will no longer beep, but it will still vibrate to let you know that there's an obstacle in your way.
Obstacle detection sound off.
So now the cane will only be vibrating to alert you of the obstacles in your way, but it will not be making any noise. And you can turn this on and off by long pressing the button. So if I press this button again, the obstacle detection sound will turn on again.
Obstacle detection sound on.
We walk together.